The new supply chain creator pack just dropped, and I'm starting a brand new city on this map to unlock all these new buildings. So far, the creators only showed what these buildings look like, but not how they are actually unlocked. Let's find out if the game progression is actually fun. After all, this addition costs €7.99. Here we are on our map, and the only panel where new things are added are actually down here, the special buildings. And then if we go to the industrial tab and filter for the creator pack supply chains, we can see there's tons of new buildings, but they are all locked for now, because to unlock them, we need to produce basic goods. Here we need wood, here we need grain, here we need livestock. So there's one for every type of raw material one can produce. These buildings have upgrades, and then there are even more buildings in the office area. To unlock them, you also just need to produce goods. And there are a few more in the business tab with the same mechanic of producing goods. So let's get started unlocking them all on this map on a brand new city, going from the left to right, starting with livestock. I'm just going to start at the edge of this peninsula. First, this here is of course a highway, so I am just getting in some basic roads. Of course, we're not going for any crazy interchanges or layout here. After all, we just want to unlock a bunch of buildings. Let's get in the first few livestock farms, just filling out every space we can. And here we have so far a total of 4 farms. We can start the time, but in the production panel so far nothing is produced because of course they require water, they want electricity, and we need a place to dump the sewage. But even with that, we're not really producing anything. They're running at 10% efficiency because they want employees. So we also need to build out some sort of small town. I'm just getting in the basics, a bunch of medium density homes, a few shops, and then hopefully that's already enough. I wonder if we're going to need industry because we have industry in all that farming area, but we will see as things develop. For now, we can already see livestock goods produced. That slider is slowly going up. So we're making progress in unlocking our first special building. Oh, and here we have it already. Wasn't the slider just only at 150? We're definitely producing a lot of livestock, and now we got the livestock processing facility. Let's just add an alleyway across here, get in another roundabout, and yes, hopefully that's enough space. Here we have that building, a few cows running around. It requires vegetables and livestock, and it produces food. Also, it is quite profitable, running only at a 90% efficiency, and that already puts our city budget well in the profits. We're not done yet with the livestock progression, and it's going really fast. I already hit the next signature building, Farmers Market. That is unlocked on producing even more livestock. Let's just put it right next to here. It really seems like 4 or 5 farms are enough to unlock everything in the progression really, really fast. So this here is the Farmers Market. Quite a beautiful asset. This sells the food that is produced here at the livestock processing facility. But what I actually wanted to show is we're not done yet with the progression for livestock because there's one more upgrade left, which is the meat packing logistics center. It's like an upgrade for the station, and that gives 5% industrial efficiency. Once we have unlocked all these special buildings, we will get a lot of additional industrial efficiency bonuses. But for now, since livestock is progressing so fast, let's continue with the next area for grain. Luckily, there is a lot of fertile land around here, so it's just the same playbook. I'm going to add a bunch of roads where we can zone all these farms. We have plenty of space here, and then just a few grain farms will probably be enough anyway. Let's make one massive one in here. That's one large grain farm. And then let's quickly monitor the progression panel. It is going quite fast, and it seems like it only updates once you remove the pointer from that building. So if we slide here left to right, we can see the numbers going up. It just really takes less than a minute to unlock it. But since the later milestones are higher, I'm just adding 1 or 2 more farms. This is kind of speedrunning the entire creator pack. And then here, while I'm building farms, I already unlocked the cereal mill. Let's quickly finish this farm. So we just have 3 farms so far for grain, but that is already sufficient for the cereal mill. Let's just put it here right in the center. This is definitely one of my favorite buildings in this entire creator pack. It has the same mechanics. It comes with an upgrade that we unlock at 50,000 grain goods produced. I mean, even with these 3 farms, this will take less than 10 minutes of in-game time because we just built these farms and we're already at 5,000 grain produced. There's also the baker that unlocks at 10,000 grain produced, and there as well we're already at 6,000. So let's just build out a few more roads for us to grow the city. Yeah, and even while starting that, we already unlocked that new building. Maybe we can get another bit of small town in here. So let's get this bakery. It gives 1% attractiveness citywide at -1% import costs. Here we have a bakery, also quite a nice asset. Love the red color. And we're going to use that entire space as well to add some more homes, some businesses, maybe even some offices, and I guess some old town buildings could fit, but this is just another small city area. With that, let's continue immediately with the next resource, vegetable farming. We can build it here on the same fertile land. So let's get in a few vegetable farms. I'm just building like big circles right now because it's efficient. It's not particularly beautiful. Usually I build it in kind of square tiles, but for the speed run that we're doing right now, it does not really matter. Oh, and we unlocked the dairy house. I wonder if that's the building from the vegetables. I mean, I'm just building my 3rd vegetable farm. So you unlock these things faster than it takes to build all the farms. It's definitely not difficult to get all these special buildings. So let's take a look at what we just unlocked. Yes, the dairy house. That's what you get from building the vegetables. Put it here next to our town. For some reason, it requires fish to produce food. That's a bit weird. Oh no, the dairy house is not one of the new buildings. I just got confused. The dairy house is one of the old special buildings that you get from building farm area. Here the energy drink bottling plant is what we get from producing vegetables, and here we have it. Let's put it at this intersection here as well. This is the energy drink bottling plant. Also solid unique asset. Also same mechanics, it has 1 upgrade that gives 5% industrial efficiency, and then there will also be a bottle cap office at 100,000 vegetable produced. Checking back with the livestock we built in the beginning, here we have unlocked that first upgrade. It's free, it gives 5% industrial efficiency. Let's just pop it down. For some reason it doesn't work. There's some intersecting item here on the road. Let's just try to do it like this. Now it's upgraded. These are just some of the small bugs City Skylines 2 has, but one can live with it. Yes, now it's done. We have 5% industrial efficiency on every building now, but our buildings anyway are struggling with low efficiency because of employee happiness and not having enough employees. So let's quickly tackle some of these issues. Our town needs healthcare. Just get in a clinic, and they need a cemetery. I'm just putting it right here under the wind turbine. Who would not want a cemetery here? And then let's just get some high density buildings. Why not? Some low rent ones, just zoning everything out. We're not here for a beauty contest, but for unlocking new buildings. We got the sports bar now. That's definitely one of the new buildings. They consume the energy drinks produced by this factory that we built here. Let's put it in this small additional town. Again, all these buildings are really, really unique and stand out from the other things we have in the game, and it's just slowly filling in. Let's continue with the next specialized industry. We have cotton. We're really making use of all this fertile land here. We just need to build out our roads a bit further. So everything here is just the identical playbook. Build farms, unlock the signature building associated with that type. Here that is the athletic wear factory. Oh, and it is a really big building. Check that out. This is where clothes are being produced. It takes cotton and makes textiles from it. And then one just needs to produce even more of the base resource to unlock the next upgrades. In the meantime, it is important to also just keep growing the city. After all, we need people to work at all these places. And to keep people happy, I'm building a police station, a post office, and even a park that should keep people moving in and get them working in all these farms. The next resource we need is wood. So for it, let's exploit this area of trees that we have right here. And we can make use of this new road by getting in forestry areas. Here's the first one. While we're building this, we unlock the sporting goods store. That's from producing cotton. So with this creator pack, you always get a lot of pop-ups of new things being unlocked, because there's just so many new buildings to unlock. But first we're finishing our wood industry with a third area, just like that. Then we can build the sporting goods store, which is also insanely big. Not really sure where to put it. Maybe down here we will build another area where people can live. Then we already hit the special building for the wood industry, particle board factory. All these buildings are quite big and require a lot of space, but on the bright side, they're also all quite profitable. I'm just adding in a few buildings to satisfy demand. So offices, more commercial, and some low density homes. Looking at the special buildings under the office tab, we have not unlocked any of them yet. They require 100,000 in goods produced. But we are very close to unlocking the television production studio, which we get at producing 100,000 grain. We're getting there soon, but first, I guess we're just moving on to the next industry. We're making really good progress. We have already unlocked 5 of 13 special buildings. So let's move on to the rocket fuel refinery, for which we need crude oil. Let's see if we have any oil close by, and yes we do. That's pretty amazing. So again, I'm just taking the road, building out another massive ring. While we do so, unlock the next building, the antique store, which I think is from the wood production. I guess we can also put that in the new town we are developing. And look right here, we have now achieved 100% of all the new businesses. So we're already cleared in that department. Regarding the oil, I just want to bring it as far away out as possible from the other areas we have, because the wind direction is really not favorable for the pollution from these oil fields. I'm just putting them out here, and for some reason the ring around the oil fields are red. Not sure why that is different, but we just continue drawing the same circle as always. While building oil fields, we unlock the television production studio, but I'm not done yet with oil fields. I want to have at least 3 of them, and profits are growing and growing. We unlock the rocket fuel refinery, and look at this image. How epic is that? So let's put down this refinery right next to these oil fields. What an epic building. It requires crude oil and it produces petrochemicals. And we also unlocked another building, which is the television production studio. Let's put it right here. What a massive asset, and quite detailed as well. Mouthwater Press is the company in here, and they're requiring software to turn it into media. Really, it seems like I'm cutting in between, but I'm not really. Everything you're seeing is almost real time. We unlock the nanopolymer synthesis unit, which definitely seems to be another oil building. That's an industrial building right here. So let's put it there as well. That takes minerals and crude oil to make chemicals. And look at all that steam coming out from it. We can see that building from very, very far away. Again, another big uniqueness factor, and it's also already making profits. I mean, for 1,500 population in our town, we have a lot of industry, and everyone is working in some kind of farms, even though they are all somewhat complaining about lack of labor. There's not really enough employees around. So every once in a while, I'm just going along building more buildings to get more people moving in. And actually, since we are so profitable, let's just put residential tax to 0. Hopefully that will make people moving in faster. And that way we can build more industry. I'm just making space for a lot more buildings. And then let's hope that they all zone in quite fast. There's not many industrial buildings missing anymore. Let's continue here with the next one. Metal ore production for the blast furnace. Let's see, ore mining. There's a suitable area out here. So let's quickly develop that. While building, Again, as always, new special buildings. We'll take a look at that in a second. First, I want to finish developing the ore mining area. With 3 ore areas, we also almost instantly hit that special building, the blast furnace. Here we have it. Again, very, very big unit and also looking very, very unique in shapes and colors. So great. But in the meantime, we also unlocked the second office building, the Livestock Exchange. That gives another 5% industrial efficiency. There's no space over here in the livestock farming area, but we can fit it here to the forestry area. Everything is just, it sounds so repetitive, but it's true. These buildings are really great. And the progress feels really fun as well because so many things are happening so fast. But look at it, we still have so many more office buildings to unlock and even more industrial buildings. So let's continue with producing coal to unlock the steelworks. Coal area is actually the same as the ore area. I did not know that. So let's squeeze some coal mines here in the same place. In the meantime, we got the launch payload control center, which surely comes from the oil production. I again built out a few coal mining areas. We also unlocked the casting fabricator. Things are going so fast. So let's first build the launch payload control center over here in the oil area. That's an office building, and look at this dome. There's nothing else like it in the game. It's 118 jobs here. I really don't have enough people in my city for it. They're getting massive negative modifiers because of not enough employees. But even while that is happening, I got the casting fabricator. So let's just put that here. That's probably something of the ore production. Metals and plastics are turned into vehicles. And we are really on a roll now. So let's just continue with, I think, the last thing that we need to build, which is stone production. Let's just build out some more massive roads here. And before I can even get to building stones, we unlock the steelwork. That's a massively long building. Let's put that here and put some stone mining areas next to it. Stone mining is quite easy because you don't need any specific area for it. You can literally just build it anywhere you want, not in the water. Apparently you can't mine stones there. And I've only just built 2 of these stone mining areas and I already got the special building for it. Ground earth. So it's going really, really fast. But I want to build this one and one more stone mining area. Here we go. Again, another massive industrial district. Let's see what we got here. Interesting. So the ground earth building is not one of the new industrial buildings. It's an old one, but I guess why not? Let's just place it down here anyway. It gives industrial efficiency. It turns stones into minerals. Now we got the concrete batch plant. This is the new building though. That's the last one of the first level buildings for all the resources. So let's quickly put it here. It's just a very small building turning stone into concrete. And now building wise, we are only missing in the industrial tab these 2 down here for which we need to produce more goods. But what we have not done so really is checking for the upgrades. Oh, and there we get the bottle cap office for just in a second. It's checking for the upgrades of the buildings that we already have. So here in the oil area, we can get the rocket propellant distillation upgrade for +5 industrial efficiency. We can upgrade the cereal mill for another 5% efficiency. That just makes it even bigger. We can upgrade the wood factory, which is making a profit of 200,000 a month for an additional 5% industrial efficiency. And I think that's it for now. For the rest, we still need to produce more goods. But we also just unlocked the next special office, the bottle cap office, which gives another 5% in industrial efficiency. Let's build it out here and let's try to build another small village around it, just with some low density homes everywhere along here, some businesses, some offices. And I guess even though all these like stone mines and buildings like that are looking for employees, I apparently have a lot of industrial demand. So I'm just building a few more industrial buildings. We unlock the fabrication unit, which is the second to last building in the industrial area. We just get it in. Like all these buildings here with all the smoke, these red ones. We have the steelworks over here. I think there's even more here. They just fit so well together. You could build a beautiful industrial area with all these next to each other. And I think that's the last one, gravity separation plant. Yes, with that we have unlocked all the new industrial buildings. This one here turns stones into minerals, also requires 40 employees, which we don't have. But anyway, it has 100% efficiency because of the plus 50% industrial efficiency that our city has because of all these bonuses. So these negative modifiers don't matter as much anymore, even though they are still quite substantial. So let's see right here, maybe we can build like a bridge in a new area, and maybe we can just fill that out with low density homes, maybe a bit of medium density if people want to zone in, but just filling a lot of the demand that everyone who wants to can also move in. Unemployment is at 0.2%. That really shows how much we are lacking people, like everywhere on this map. And for now we can see, so we unlocked all the industrial type buildings. We unlocked all the business type buildings. So what we are lacking are some office signature buildings. These should just be a matter of time. And I guess I can get them quicker if we get our buildings up to a higher efficiency by getting more people into our city. People are incredibly happy. That's a good start, but let's really try to get more people in here by zoning more and more homes. And I guess I can also just subsidize people moving in. It doesn't cost that much. Our city is still profitable because we're getting massive taxes from the office and the commercial areas. Maybe we need some schools to get the office areas booming. I think all of them are quite at a low capacity because they're not finding educated employees. And then we can also upgrade the athletics wear factory for another 5% efficiency. Whoa, that one is making a profit of 700,000 a month. They are paying 100,000 in taxes. That's pretty nice. I'm also surprised that this entire city is just running on a few wind turbines. I mean, we're producing 24 megawatts. We're consuming only 8 megawatts. And like, we have rocket fuel that's being produced. We have like an oil refinery. We have like a steel plant. We have like a blast furnace. And all this apparently isn't taking any electricity. Yeah, sure, this probably works with coal, but it just requires metal ore. Not sure how that works, but we can also upgrade it for another 5% industrial efficiency. But it's crazy and probably a massive oversight that all these buildings require almost no electricity. In the meantime, while I'm waiting for everything to zone in, I just added a lot more of manufacturing of like ores and stuff, because looking at the special buildings, for those we still need to produce a lot more goods. And then I'm adding more low density residential area, a few more shops, a few more offices, and also a bit more industrial buildings, because for some reason there's still large demand. I mean, I don't have many of them. It's just that they're all working in these special buildings. Oh, and I just hit a new signature building, interior design studio. I don't think that is one of the new ones. Oh, it actually is. 5% industrial efficiency, 5% entertainment. I guess we can put it here in the new area. That would definitely fit a downtown very, very well. It employs 25 people, requires software, produces media, and also has attractiveness, so tourists want to come to the city. I wonder, do we have tourists in our city? Yes, we do, and quite a lot at that. 500 tourists at a population of 3,000. That's definitely a lot. Let's see, there's even a map of attractiveness. So they like some of these buildings, like the bottle cap office, which is running at a 45% efficiency because it doesn't have enough employees, mainly because it's missing highly educated employees. Let's try to solve that. We have an elementary school. Let's also get in a high school. Maybe that will help. I guess we can also upgrade the elementary school to fit a bit more people. And now it seems like we're also growing faster than before. We have some of the farms that are no longer complaining about not having enough people, but we're missing trash collection. So let's just put down a massive landfill back here where there's oil being produced. A bit of pollution surely doesn't matter, so they can get started collecting all this trash. It's really funny how these buildings out here, 19 of 29 employees running at 120% efficiency, even though they have a minus 37% not enough employee buff. but it's because they have a plus 78% industrial efficiency bonus, which is literally insane. And I can now also increase that by adding to the steelworks with 5% efficiency. And I can add to this concrete batch plant with another 5% efficiency. So we have here everywhere the same picture. Not enough employees, negative network quality, sick employees even, but industrial efficiency plus 100% basically. And that puts all our industrial buildings at like 130% efficiency. Like, look at these ones. 18 of 24 employees, 160% efficiency. This one is at 170. So we can probably reach plus 200% industrial efficiency if we just add more people. So let's just add more space for people. Everything is just low density because that's the only demand I have. But I guess that's fine for now. And I'm also adding another small elementary school to get people educated. Is there a district policy for education? Let's quickly check. Not really. Maybe there was a thing in City Skylines 1 where you can ask people to get educated. That does not exist here. I just need to hope that everyone will visit the schools. So I guess let's just build a massive suburbia with some random roads, and then I'm filling all that in with low density. Hopefully at some point that will give us enough people to increase the efficiency of our buildings. Oh, I hit the steel building. That's another big office building. Let's check it out in a second. First, we need more space for people. Let's see, we're now only missing 3 more office buildings, steel building, plus another 5% industrial efficiency. Let's just put it here. Then we're missing a bit of coal, a bit of stone, and a bit of cotton. I guess why not just add another cotton field as well. Oh, we got the next office. We're really close to being done with this challenge of unlocking all of the new buildings. I think cotton will be the last one we get. So let's see, we got this strip mine office. Is it really called that? Yeah, strip mine. This is where all the Minecrafters are sitting and strip mining for all these diamonds. Or I guess that is what's happening here. We should also connect these areas. Somehow this map is really weird with bridges. It doesn't let me draw across a river. But if I just get the tiniest elevation, it works. So let's just connect things up here in multiple places. That way things are just even more interconnected. Next up, we hit the energy lobbying office. That gives another 5% industrial efficiency. It's literally so insane. Then we get the brand and lifestyle center. Where did that come from? Another 5% industrial efficiency. So this suburbia is really going crazy. And now we have unlocked all the new office buildings. We have unlocked all the new industrial buildings. We have unlocked all the new businesses. And what that means is if we look at just a normal factory, we just pick this one here at random. It's running at 202% efficiency, even though it only has 18 of 24 employees. It has a minus 12% not enough employee boost, but a 138% industrial efficiency. So we could get this building probably to 250% efficiency. Because of that, this one tiny industrial plant is making 105,000 a month. And imagine what kind of industrial efficiency we could get if we not only add the new special buildings, but look at that, paper factory plus 5% efficiency, chemical plant plus 1. Like all these buildings add additional industrial efficiency. And then if we even had enough people, that would be insane. Let me know in the comments if you want to see that video of me trying to get all the efficiency bonuses in the game. My takeaway for this video, the new update is mostly positive, but it's kind of a mixed bag as well. I really feel like it is too easy to get all these buildings, which are pretty overpowered because of their industrial bonus. And I mean, look at what that results in. I'm getting 1.2 million in industrial profits, but I don't really have any massive industry areas. But at the same time, while the gameplay loop is not perfect, and it's just so crazy that all these buildings don't require energy. I mean, how is this entire city of 4,000 people with all these industries just requiring 12 megawatts of electricity? The buildings are just so beautiful and unique to the point where I would say the €8 for it is probably worth it. I mean, maybe you can wait for a special offer if you don't want it immediately. Not sure if anything like that will come out. But yeah, this is a city with all the new special industrial buildings. Thank you for watching and happy gaming.